Tomorrow is chasing new adventures and following them everywhere. Fly Emirates. Hello, tomorrow.
The one-year ban handed to national youth sprint champion Himanshu Heshan, who was found guilty of using a banned substance, has been reduced to 9 months. Director General of Sri Lanka's anti-doping agency, Dr. Arjuna De Silva, said that this decision was taken considering the athlete's age and good behaviour.
The launching ceremony of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2015 was held in New Zealand's Wellington and Australia's Melbourne, with the tournament to be co-hosted down under. The Melbourne Cricket Ground will host the final of the 2015 Cricket World Cup, with New Zealand's Christchurch to kick off the tournament 4 years after being devastated by an earthquake.
The Wellington waterfront in New Zealand was the venue for one of the two launches of the 2015 ICC Cricket World Cup today.
The ICC Cricket World Cup is the greatest prize in international cricket.
The World Cup is returning to Australia and New Zealand after a gap of 23 years, 1992 being the last time the Trans-Tasman neighbours hosted the event, which was won by Imran Khan-led Pakistan. New Zealand's legendary cricketer Sir Richard Hadley welcomed the guests at the launch event, which included the country's Prime Minister John Key, former Pakistan legend Waqar Younis and former New Zealand skipper Stephen Fleming. After a traditional Maori haka welcome, the International Cricket Council President Alan Isaac revealed the teams that form the two groups. One of the key features of the 2015 World Cup schedule is the box office nature of the opening set of matches. While New Zealand take on Sri Lanka in Christchurch in the curtain raiser, Australia play Ashes rivals England at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, while defending champions India meet arch rivals Pakistan in their opening match in Adelaide Oval. The tournament kicks off on the 14th of February 2015 in Christchurch, with the final scheduled at the MCG on the 29th of March. Meanwhile, the Docklands in Melbourne was the venue for the other Cricket World Cup launch event, with Australian Prime Minister Kevin Rudd in attendance. Former Australian cricket greats Adam Gilchrist, Michael Hussey, Dennis Lillee and some legends from other countries, including India's World Cup winning captain Kapil Dev and former Sri Lanka's World Cup winner Sanath Jayasuriya were also present for the occasion.
Yeah, it's the pinnacle of certainly of short version cricket, and it's, I think, still the most respected global cricket event on the calendar. So it's one that, as a player, you want to be a part of.
I think coming to Australia and New Zealand, it's going to be a big thing for any team, and also as a player, it's representing your country for a World Cup team. It's going to be huge.
Besides the MCG and SCG, the other 5 venues to host World Cup matches in Australia are the Gabba in Brisbane, the WACA in Perth, the Adelaide Oval, the Bellarive Oval in Tasmania and the Manuka Oval in Canberra.
Sri Lanka will take on South Africa in their 5th and final one-day international at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo tomorrow. With the series already won by the home team, Mahalaja Wardana, Lasith Malinga and Rangana Herath have been rested for tomorrow's encounter.
Sri Lankan fast bowler Nuwan Kulasekara misses tomorrow's game owing to injury, while Upul Taranga and Jehan Mubarak have also not been named in the squad. Sri Lanka cricket announced that Dimuth Karunaratne, Vimukti Pereira, Chaturanga De Silva, Suranga Lakmal and Kusal Janit Pereira have been named in the squad.
In a series like this is a very important series, as well as, looking at the future, we need to try and groom a few players. If the seniors get injured or something, we need to try and replace them with the groomed players. But I think throwing them into the deep sea, initially itself, it's not going to do any good for them. But I think in a series like this, where it's a dead rubber game tomorrow, and the youngsters will be free in their minds rather than putting a lot of pressure on themselves.
We haven't played as well as we wanted to, and we're still representing a very proud nation. So we'd like to really perform to the best of our ability tomorrow, first of all. So there is pressure in that regard. We definitely want to win every game we play. But yes, it allows us to free up maybe a bit, to try a few combinations, try a few shots that we haven't tried before, and just really express ourselves.
Meanwhile, the Indian under-19 cricket team declared their first innings on 393 for 8 on day 2 of their 4-day encounter today against the Sri Lankan under-19 team.
Well, those are visuals of the under-19 cricket match played between India and Sri Lanka at the Vellagadara Stadium in Kurunegala.